following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
They talk about anything, everything, and nothing. Talk about anything, everything, and nothing. You rockin' with Lynn, you rockin' with Kim. They go back and forth on different topics, they get it in. They talk about anything, everything, and nothing. It's the podcast. Oh wow, what's up?
Welcome to episode 72 of Anything, Everything, and Nothing with Lynn and Kim. Brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network. Visit our website at www.godefylife.com for all your favorite podcast content, music, sports, movies, and Defy Life gear. Listen, download, and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, iTunes, DefyLifePods.com, Spotify, or on any of your other favorite podcast platforms. Guys, you know what time it is. We need you to press play. I don't even want to be funny, but just press play for 15 minutes. If we got an hour and a half show, all we need is 15 minutes. That will give us an impression, which will give us a count, which will keep us on the air. So that's just a little tidbit. You can email us at aen@godefylife.com. And most of all, guys, on any of your platforms, rate us 5 stars. What's up, everybody? It's Sunday night, 7:25. By the time y'all get this, it'll be Tuesday morning, but it's 7:25 on Sunday night, Mother's Day. And it's just me today, guys. I started not to do a podcast. I didn't want to bother anybody. And let me give a shout out to Yosh. He did offer to come up Saturday and on Monday, but I wanted to give him a break because it's hard traveling up and coming and spending an hour and editing and all that stuff. So I decided to just take a chance, do the podcast by myself today. Hopefully it'll be better than I did probably back on like episode 20 or so. I had it by myself, didn't know what the hell I was doing, but hopefully I'll be a little bit better tonight. So guys, it shouldn't be a long podcast, but I didn't want the week to go by because there's so much important stuff in the news and we got an email listener question. So I want to go ahead and bring it to you. So I'm going to go ahead and check in and we're going to get this party started. All right, guys. Yesterday, May 9th, was my little great niece's McKinley's 6th birthday. She had a visual Zoom birthday party where we all got on and sang happy birthday to her. So that was cute. So shout out to Jayla and Gigi and BJ and Steve and all those guys who put that together. That was a cute idea. She turned 6, like I said, and I posted on Facebook, y'all, McKinley is my boo thing. That's my baby. So I was glad to share in that experience with her. She thinks she was the queen of the day, thinks she all that. She had the most beautiful big old, powder puffs or puff balls in her hair. It was so cute. But her little friends were there. I can't say they was practicing social distancing because they were having a ball, but it was cute. Me and Mom were booted and suited. I had on mask and gloves when we went to see him just to drop off the gifts. But we did do the social distancing thing. So happy birthday, McKinley. Auntie loves you. All right, let's see, guys. In my other check-in, we got a new member of the family. His name is Dallas. No, we didn't have a baby running around here. About a week ago, Roz was on her way to work, and on the front porch, we kept hearing this little faint meow sound, just meow, meow, meow. And we were like, where's that coming from? So finally, we ran across a little kitten, and y'all, he the cutest little thing. He's smoke gray and has blue eyes. That's how we came up with the name of Dallas, because he looks like the Dallas Cowboys colors. But I'm assuming his mom must have lost him while she was transitioning him from place to place. And so, of course, y'all know we are Wild Kingdom over here. So Roz got him, and we took him in the back, and we got him a little house. We call it the Cat Hotel. And got him some little soft food, and we tried to give him some milk. And he is just now in the backyard with the other 9 cats. So Dallas is our new member of the family. I sent a picture to Patty Sanchez. Shout out to Patty. She's one of our patrons and a dear friend of mine. And she lost her cat Snookums a couple months ago. And I was like, Patty, this baby needs a home. But she's still grieving the loss of Snookums, but she said he was so adorable. So she told me to post him on Facebook, but I think we might just end up keeping him. I don't know. Roz wants to bring him in the house, but Poco not having none of that. So right now he's outside, but he's well taken care of. So welcome to the family, Dallas. Let's see, guys. Today is Mother's Day. Again, y'all will be getting this on Tuesday, but today is Mother's Day, and COVID-19 has put a damper on our Mother's Day, kind of, sort of. Normally we take my mom out to breakfast. That's what we've done for the last several years because she's a big breakfast fan. But this year we didn't. So first thing this morning I called her, went over to see her, and all of us went, at different times. I went at 12, and then my brother Terry is going to go by. Then my brother Vince is going to go by. We didn't want to get together and do the whole thing, but we gave her gift. I personally like to say that it's Mother's Day every day. We treat mom really well. We take care of her. We check on her. So, but since the day is the national holiday, we wanted to, recognize it. But we gave her gift. Me and Michael were the only ones there. And she cried, and we were like, okay, Ma. And she's like, no, they're tears of joy. And she just cried, and I tried to be the best mom that I can be. And I'm like, Mom, you're a great mom. You still are. You have been all of our lives. So quit that, But it was a good day. She was happy, and she was just like, I'm so glad y'all love me because I love y'all. And we were like, okay, Ma, okay, stop crying. So if y'all hear me crying, I get it from my mama. So happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. And I also posted, on my personal page, for all my friends and family and Facebook friends and family and any listeners who don't have the pleasure of having their moms around, through loss and death and things like that. I want you to know that I've been thinking about you, and I'm sending as much positive energy and love your way as possible. And I hope that you're having a great day and embracing yourselves if you're moms, or people who have stepped up and are like mom-like figures in your life. So again, happy Mother's Day to everybody 2 days later, but that's okay. Guys, there's no secret that Lynn hasn't been around since, episode 67. Excuse me, y'all. Poco out there fussing with Roz. And a couple of episodes back, we decided that, we talked about Lynn ghosting me and ghosting the show. And, we were kind of joking about it, but it became a little bit more serious. And I asked Lynn if I could just share a little bit of light, not too much, of what's going on. And so I just want to say that I miss my sis. I miss my co-host. It's been difficult doing the podcast without her, because this whole thing started from me and her, or she and I, with our conversations and on the phone and how we interact and communicate with one another. I do want to give a special shout out to Yosh, my producer, and then Kenny, my cousin, BFF. They stepped up for almost 5 episodes, and I really, really appreciate it. But Lynn needed to take a break. She needed to take a break from just life itself. And that's what she's doing. I've talked to her. We are still good. She's still my little sis. So there has been no falling out or anything like that. But she needed to take a break. She needed to do some woosah and do some self-care. And so that's what she's doing. And I'm hoping that she will come back bigger, better, brighter, and everything, and get back in this seat so we can do our thing, because our vision for AEN, guys, It's massive. It's so big, and I can't do it without her. I probably could, but honestly, I don't want to. So I'm hoping that she's going to come back. We're going to put this thing together and then give y'all what you want. So I miss you, sis. I love you. And I can't wait for you to get back here so we can do what we do. And happy Mother's Day to you 2 days later. All right, guys, I'm assuming it's not going to be a long show today because it's just me. I ain't got nobody to feed off of or, no feedback. So it's just me and my thoughts today. So I'm going to get down with the get down. Now, guys, it is time for AEN in the news and entertainment. Why self? Because it's important to us and we hope it's important to you. And I think I jacked that up. All right, guys, let me tell you what's going on in San Diego, California. They got a store called Vaughn's Grocery. So there's a gentleman. No. Let me do that again. There's a man. I'm not going to call him a gentleman that took wearing a mask in public to a whole nother level, y'all. Couldn't find his name because y'all know I like the name drop. He went into Vaughn's. And he had on a KKK hood. That was his mask. Now, that's a problem. But anyway, that's the story. And it is what it is. So when he walked in the store, there were clerks who encountered him first. And they repeatedly asked him, to leave the premises. Of course, he didn't because he feel like he's privileged. So finally, a supervisor came out and approached him and told him that he either had to remove the hood or leave the store. Well, he removed the hood, he purchased his items, and then he left. I had a problem with them allowing him to purchase, but I get it. He did remove the hood, but I wouldn't have wanted his dollars. He could have just got the hell out of the store and kept it moving, And Vaughn's, they made a statement, and I'm a paraphrase because I didn't, write it down, but it was basically, they care about being respectful and being a grocery store of integrity and doing things that are ethically right for any culture or race or blah, blah, blah. And so, and they do not tolerate such insensitivity when it comes to caring for people and their customers. So shout out to Vaughn's Grocery in San Diego, California. And guys, if we got one listener in San Diego and you can find out who that dude was, please let us know. Email us at aen@go-to-5life.com, or you can send me a messenger because I would like to put him on blast and I will post the picture on Facebook. Unbelievable. All right, guys, my second story that I want to tell y'all about was now this is a gentleman. His name is Calvin Munnerlyn. He's of Flint, Michigan. He was a security guard at a Family Dollar, and now he is dead. He was doing his job, and you guys might have heard about this on the news. There was a woman who was entering the store. Her daughter did not have a mask, and so he did not allow her to enter the store. Okay, mama got mad, left the store, went and got some family members. They came back to the Family Dollar guys and shot and killed this man right there on the spot. Unbelievable and so damn sad. But they know who they were. It was Ramonya, Ramonya, Ramonya Bishop, Larry Teague, and Charmel Teague. All of them are facing first-degree premeditated murder charges. And I got this story earlier in the week, but as of Friday, they found all of them, and all of them have been arrested. So that's a wonderful thing. All I can do is send condolences to the family of Calvin Munnerlyn. My heart just goes out. My heart just goes out. There's really nothing else that I can say. All right, guys. For all of my Greenleaf fans, y'all better get your DVRs or the Netflix or on demand, because this right here, season 5 is going to be the last season. OWN announced it this week that season 5 will be the last season of Greenleaf. Greenleaf premiered on June 21st of 2016. Now, as popular as that show is, the only thing that I can think of is that the actors or actresses were asking for more money, or there's nothing else that they can do with the storyline. I think it's Grace Church or something like that. And I think the family, the main characters are the Greenleafs. I don't really watch it. Roz watches it, so I'll just see it, here and there, or when something's going on and it looks pretty interesting, I'll stop by. But this is it, guys. So get your popcorn, because it's over. And I think the show is going to premiere sometime late May or early June, and that'll be the last season. Guys, for my listeners who do the Airbnb, be careful. There was a running back there is a running back for the Kansas City Chiefs. His name is Damien Williams. If you remember from the Super Bowl last year, I think he had 2 or 3 touchdowns. He was just running wild. Well, he rented a Airbnb in Los Angeles. From what they said, it was pretty posh, very, very expensive. He got in, he checked in. Oh, and a little bit later, 3 intruders broke in through the back door, robbed him, got about $1,000 in cash. Now, guys, and nobody was hurt. But guys, now y'all know that was the straight up Okie Doke setup. Whoever that was, they must have recognized the name, and then they decided, we're going to do the Okie Doke. But they got him. Nobody was hurt, thank goodness. So that's a good thing. But be careful, guys, when you go to your Airbnb. Now, us who are not famous, name not recognizable, might not happen. But that right there, y'all know my anxiety. It's a wrap. No Airbnbs. I'll just stick with the Courtyard Marriotts, like I do. All right, guys, got 2 more stories for you. Barack and Michelle Obama, they have announced on their social media that they are going to host a virtual graduation ceremony on June the 6th. The ceremony is going to be for the class of 2020. And it doesn't matter if you are college students or elementary school students or high school students. They're going to do a virtual graduation ceremony. It's going to be streamed on YouTube at 12 o'clock noon Pacific time. And let's see, they're going to have some celebrities, and they're going to be some other special guests that's going to be on the live stream. And they just said that they wanted to celebrate the nationwide class of 2020. Let me just say, I love Michelle and Barack. They like neck and neck with Beyonce and Jay, my husband and my wife. You know what I'm saying? They just righteous. They just do good. They just exude positivity, and I love them. So, if you have a graduating anything this year, 12 o'clock on YouTube on June 6th. Now that's 12 o'clock Pacific time. They're going to do the virtual graduation ceremony for that class. So that's pretty good. All right, guys, my final story for In the News and Entertainment. Last week on episode 71, I talked about they were having the COVID testing over at Eau Claire High School. And y'all know how I felt about that. I basically called it the Tuskegee experiment all over again. I wasn't going to get tested. I'm just going to go by the symptoms. Well, MUSC, they sent out the report, and they reported that 68% of the patients that were tested at Eau Claire High School were African American. And I get that because 29203, that's, I call it in the hood, but that's where I live. 62% of the patients tested positive were female. And in the 3 days of testing, 786 results were produced. And of the 786 tests that they did, 2.29% of those patients tested positive. Now, that's a pretty low percentage. Out of 700 people, 2%. So what that would be, 1% would be 7 maybe? So maybe 15 people tested positive. I don't know. I'm not good at math. Nicole, figure that out for me and let us know, because I'm not good at math, and then I don't have my sister here who is worse than math than me. So I don't know. But anyway, so they had a second testing site at Rice Creek Elementary. Now, and that was from the 3rd of May to the 8th. So it stopped this past Friday. Now, we would call that, guys, that's 29223, 29229 for those who live in Columbia, and then that's in South Carolina. We would call that the suburbs. We call that Northeast Columbia. You know, I live downtown in the hood. That's what I call it. But, you know, I'm glad that they're taking these testing sites all over. So I'm going to be interested to see what those results come back, if it's higher or lower or about the same. But yeah, I wanted them to test elsewhere. Now, what I really want them to do is test Lexington County and some of these rural counties that are more Caucasian than African American. But anyway, guys, that was just some quick news and stuff. And why did I do AEN in the news and entertainment? Because it was important to me, and I hope it was important to you. And I'm glad you listened anyway. I probably jacked that up, but that's okay. See, right now, that's why I need my sister, Lynn. I know you cringing over there, but that's okay. All right, guys, I'm going to move right on into our next segment. Black folk, blue ain't for you, and neither are some of your white neighbors. Oh boy, guys. This one has been on me all week, guys. And it's the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. I know it's been all over Facebook. And when I first heard about it, it made me so sad. And then it made me angry. And then when I saw the video, I really got angry. I really did. If you haven't seen the video, guys, you can just go anywhere and just put in video of Ahmaud Arbery and it's going to show up. But guys, he was the 25-year-old who was shot down, murdered, like an animal. That's, in my opinion, that's what they did. They hunted him down like an animal. And this was in the Satilla Shores neighborhood near Brunswick, Georgia. The key thing about it, guys, is that it happened on February 23rd. That's the problem. It is now May. And I know COVID has been all over the news, but this should have made national headlines. And it's so much backstory and so much new information, but I'm just gonna follow my outline. And if you haven't heard it, you can do your own research. And so just bear with me. But Ahmaud was jogging through that Satilla Shores neighborhood. And I started to say Mr., but these murderers, Travis McMichael and his daddy, Gregory McMichael, they followed him, they shot him, they killed him, they murdered him right there on the goddamn neighborhood street. When Travis and their dad, of course, they called the cops. And of course, the father, Gregory McMichael, ex-police cop, ex-private investigator for the DA's office. So put that in the back of your mind right quick. When they called the police or whatever, they told the cops and stuff that they thought that Ahmaud was a suspect connected to the recent burglaries in their neighborhood and that they were trying to make a citizen's arrest. Well, we all know that that's a crock of shit. We know that, but we got to go with it. We got to go with it. And when they had, so you try to make a citizen's arrest with a shotgun and a handgun. Okay. But anyway, not calling 911. Y'all, that day, they wanted to kill a nigga. It's as simple as that. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody, but that's what that was. They decided that they wanted to kill a nigga because they following the lead of 45 and they thought they was going to get away with it. Now, when I wrote this, when I talked about this earlier in the week, they had not been arrested. But since then, they have been arrested. A lot of people are comparing this to the modern day lynching, excuse me. But here is the caveat, guys. Somebody, Mr. Robbie, and I want to say his name is Brian Robbie something, but I didn't want to go change my notes too much. But he recorded the killing. He said that he gave over his phone to the police, the state police, it was either the same day or the day after. They took his phone for an hour, so they saw the video. And 2 district attorneys decided that there was not enough evidence to file charges. As a matter of fact, they said that those dudes were in their rights. Yeah. Okay. So, but now the video is out and they can't hide it. And so now the Attorney General, Chris Carr, says that he expects, fast justice. Yeah, it needs to be more than fast. You got the video. It's been a cover up for all this time. I'm sure that they were hoping, what they probably thought was that they got rid of the video. They probably did something, thought they took it off of this man's phone, but it got out and it got out. And I'm going to thank the universe and this dude, whether he was a part of it or whether he just saw it and start recording. I don't know. And that'll come out later. But I thank the universe for the video being there, because without that video, they were saying that Ahmaud got into an altercation with a neighbor, and then ensuing in the altercation, he got shot. Nah, that's not what happened. That's what his mother was told. And how would she know any different? Because all she could do was go by the cover up that they were telling her. But as of the 7th, which was last Thursday, that father and son, those McMichaels, they were arrested and charged with murder. And then on Friday, 45 just can't help himself. He just cannot help himself. This MFer had the nerve to say on an interview, and I'm sure it was on Fox if I'm not mistaken, that no one saw what happened on the video, prior to that part. Who knows what happened? The film starts and stops, so you just don't know. Y'all, if everybody in earshot of the AEN podcast, if y'all don't get out and vote this crazy fool out of office, we probably won't have any black men left, because these white racist, white supremacists, they are hunting down our men, brothers, uncles, nieces, nephews, like they're animals. Okay. And we guys, as people, we got to get these people out of office. I'm talking about on the local level, those DAs who, did not press charges. They need to go. They need to go. They need to go immediately. There should be no investigation. They got the evidence. They need to go. Period. Dot. Guys, we got to protect ourselves. Go get your gun permits. Get your CWPs. And guys, we got to look out for each other. There was a Facebook post that I thought was so touching and it was so heartwarming for me. It was a young lady, and I don't know where she was, but she said she goes running or walking, and she went to the park where she normally goes. And when she was going to walk, there were 4 black guys there who were playing football, and they were leaving. Those guys, listeners, stopped what they were doing from leaving. They asked her how long she was going to be. She said about an hour. And do you know, those guys stayed there in that park and waited for her to finish her walk or run. That's what I'm talking about. That touched my heart so much. They stayed there. It started raining, and then they got on different posts, because when she went to a certain part of the park, they couldn't see her. So they posted up in different areas, and they made sure that sister was okay. Guys, that's what we have to do for each other. Women for our men, men for our women, our kids, our children, everything. We got to be on high alert, and we got to stay woke. Guys, y'all got to do better than what we're doing. We are all that we have. So please look out. Keep your phones fully charged at all times. If you see something, hell, now calling the police, what good does that make? We're going to have to police ourselves. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. So, to S. Lee Merritt, Esley Merritt. He is one of the attorneys for Ahmaud's mom and his family. I hope that you will see this thing through. I hope that you will demand that those two district attorneys, that they have to be fired. They need to resign, get fired. I don't give a hell. They just need to be out of office. What's her name? Mayor Bottoms down in Atlanta. I hope you get on this and stay on it and make sure that justice is done for Ahmaud. Guys, this thing touched me so bad. It was on my heart so bad. I just didn't even, when I think about it today, it really makes me sad. So my condolences, my sincere condolences goes out to the family of Ahmaud Arbery. And just please, guys, let's look out for each other. Let's love each other. Let's put all that, that black on black stuff. We already got everybody against us. Let's pull together and take care of one another. So guys, that was Black Folk. Blue ain't for you, and neither are some of your white neighbors. Guys, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. I told you we weren't going to have a long podcast tonight. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back after these messages.
This is Defy Life.
Welcome to the Defy Life podcast. Join JR, Thomas, and Al as they take on topics in sports, politics, current events, family, and more. Insightful, hilarious, always unique. New episode every Wednesday. Powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network. Listen at DefyLifePods.com and everywhere else your favorite podcasts are available. If you're not rocking with Defy Life, what's your life about?
Okay, guys, I am back from commercial. You would never know it, but that commercial break was about an hour. Right after I went off for commercial, I got a phone from Brother Kemet from Black Gumbo and my partner and something else, and him and the family were over in my neighborhood. So he called, so I went outside and we started talking, me, him, Trina, and Kai. We were talking. Then my niece came over, DeLorean, which is Roz's niece. So she came over, and then we were outside talking to Chantel and Siobhan. So that was a really, really long commercial, but you guys would never, it was a commercial break for me, but you guys would never know it. But anyway, I'm back in the saddle, and we're going to keep it on like we do. And we're going to move into
stories that make you say, "Aww."
All right, guys. This story here, it touched my heart. Really sweet story. It's about a teacher who took in a baby whose entire family was diagnosed with COVID-19. Luciana Lira, we're going to call her Lira. It's Liri. She's an English teacher up in the Stamford, Connecticut area. She teaches English as a second language at Hart Magnet Elementary. Well, anyway, one of her students' mom had a baby, and the baby was born 5 weeks early. And while when mom gave birth, guys, she was diagnosed with COVID, and she became seriously ill, and they had to put her on a ventilator. Then after mom got sick, they realized that her student and the father also tested positive. Well, Miss Lira got a call, and she was asked if she would take in the newborn baby. And y'all, she said yes. She took in this baby who was premature, whole family diagnosed with COVID-19. After a couple of weeks, several weeks, as a matter of fact, mom got really, really ill. But, and after mom came off the ventilator, she had to, build her stamina and get everything and get to feeling better. And that whole time, Miss Lira took that baby in and cared for that baby. One of Miss Lira's friends actually put the put the story out on Facebook, and he just said that his friend's deed was the most unselfish act imaginable. And I agree. If it was taking in a 10-year-old or a 5-year-old, yes, but a newborn baby who was born 5 weeks early, man, that's amazing. And after Miss Lira took in the baby and they were able to get the baby back, Miss Lira set up a GoFundMe page for the family. And as of Friday, guys, she had raised over $23,000 to help cover the medical expenses for that family. So we want to give a shout out. We want to give some hand claps to Miss Lira for that unselfish act and being picked for stories that make you say, "Aw," on anything, everything, and nothing. That's really sweet. Guys, I think this is going to be the fastest podcast ever because as y'all see, I'm moving on. We got a email listener question, guys.
You've got mail.
And I wish Lynn was here because, you know, she gets real excited when we have, when we get an email listener question. But since she's not here, I'm going to dedicate this question to Lynn. And as a matter of fact, guys, it didn't come to our email. It actually came to my DM. I got a DM. So that was cool. It doesn't matter. So it's technically an email listener question, which came via my DM. And I'm going to read the email and then I'm going to give you some feedback. It says, I am a 39-year-old woman in a gay relationship. We've been together for over 5 years. I am no longer attracted to my girlfriend in a romantic way. I love her dearly and she is a great woman. She treats me really good, and I really do not have a lot to complain about. Here is my dilemma. I am attracted, and then in parentheses, sexually to my coworker, and he is a man. He has expressed interest, and I have been open to his advances. I have even been flirting, and I am really enjoying the attention. Before COVID, he has asked me out. We text frequently since we are not able to see each other. I find myself thinking about him when I am with my girlfriend. What should I do? Okay. Hot tomate. That's a pretty good one. I got this on Wednesday, which was around the 6th. So I have had some time to think about it. I started to send it to Lynn, you know what I'm saying, and ask her to give me some feedback, but I think I'm going to handle this on my own. I am going to and guys, it's signed, do I choose Jack or Jill? I thought that was kind of cute. So signed, do I choose Jack or Jill? I am a proponent of telling the truth. If you're not attracted to your girlfriend anymore, and I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna get it here so I can look at it. If you're not attracted to your girlfriend anymore, I think that you should tell her that. And I like email questions, but then I don't, because then you can always ask questions. So all I can do is go by what's on here now. So, she's no longer attracted to her girlfriend in a romantic way. You have to tell your girlfriend. You just absolutely have to. I love her dearly and she's a great woman. If she's a great woman and you love her dearly, love her enough to tell her the truth. I would start there, even if it would hurt her with the truth versus being deceitful, because that's not going to end well. You say she treats you really good and you don't have a lot to complain about. The only thing about it, though, is that you're not attracted to her. And so if she treats you good, I kind of, no. I'm getting ready to start asking questions. If she treats you good, but you're not attracted to her, then you have to figure out which is more important. Can you be with someone who treats you really well, and then that seems kind of opportunistic, or can you not be attracted to someone and not be there. So that's something that you're going to have to do. I am attracted sexually to my coworker, and he's a man. So I'm assuming that when you see him or you all are flirting, you kind of get this little feeling and these little twinkles in your toes. That's what I kind of take from that. If you're not attracted to your partner and you are sexually attracted to your coworker, eventually that's going to go left. You're going to have to make a decision, and you're probably going to have to end up hurting your partner with the truth. You say he has expressed interest and you have been open to the advances. That right there, that's a problem. Because then this is the other thing I want to know. Like, now I want to ask, do you live with your partner, or do you live in separate places? Not that it matters, but that's about the deception. So he's expressed interest and you've been open to his advances. If you're open to his advances and you're interested, I could care less if you're interested in the man or the woman. I need you to make a choice and then go with it. Now, you can tell your girlfriend if she says, hey, I don't want to lose you or whatever, but she has to be able to make an informed decision. And I know that's kind of therapeutic, but that's the only way that this is going to be fair to everybody. Then another question I want to ask is, does the male friend know about your girlfriend? You know what I'm saying? So I got all these questions. Then you say you have even been flirting and you are enjoying the attention. It is something that you're lacking in your relationship with your partner. Even though she's a great woman and she treats you really good, there's something lacking. Or it could be that you no longer want to be in an all-female relationship. Not sure. But again, do I choose Jack or Jill? You are the one that's going to have to lead this thing. You're going to have to be the one to make the decision about what to do. The male friend that you're attracted to, he can't make the decision, and neither can your partner. You're texting frequently, even though you can't see each other. That's just wrong. If you're texting, hey, can't wait to get back to work, that's innocent, but you know what's behind that. That's just wrong on all levels. So I'm gonna say, be a woman, be honest with yourself. If 5 years in, you decided that you are not attracted to her or not attracted to women, that's fine. But you have to be honest. You cannot allow your girlfriend or this man to be led and strung along. That's to me, that's just wrong. Now, that is a 52-year-old person coming. I done played the games, you know what I'm saying? And I done did all the lying and all the cheating and all that stuff in the past. So those days for me are over. And you said you're 39. So you grown, you a grown woman. And I just believe that you should tell the truth, do what you're going to do, let the chips fall where they may. So then, because my question is, are you holding on to the girlfriend? Because if this thing don't work out with the dude, then you still got her. And then are you really not attracted to her anymore? And you're just curious about what's going on over here with this dude. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I'm going to say, sit down with your girlfriend and tell her the truth and be free for a while. Let yourself be free. See if you miss her. See if some of that thing that you used to have with her, see if that comes back. If it doesn't, then you might need to go your separate way. But what I don't want you to do is string her along and play with her feelings, and especially if she doesn't know. And if all this is going on with this dude over there, she's feeling something. I'm telling you, trust me, she is feeling something. She knows that there's a disconnect, and Eventually she's going to check your phone. She's going to do some drive-by. Something is going to happen, because if y'all been together 5 years, there's a pattern that's happening, and that pattern is going to change. And I'm telling you, she is going to know. And if she finds out that way, it's going to be real, real ugly. I don't know what type of demeanor she has, but that way it can become very ugly, and you don't want that, especially if she's a nice, decent woman. And then it goes the same for the young man. If he's a nice, decent dude, the choice you make doesn't really make me a difference. It's how you handle it is what I'm concerned about. So I hope that you will make the right decision. I hope that you will sit down with your girlfriend, tell her the truth, take some time to figure out what's going on with you, and then follow your heart and then follow your mind all at the same time. So do I choose Jack and Jill? Right now, I'm going to say, tell Jill, don't choose Jack just yet, and choose you. There you go. What y'all think about that? Give me some feedback, guys. What would you tell 39-year-old woman in a gay relationship? Should she choose Jack or Jill? You can DM me, or you can email us at aen@godefylife.com. All right, guys, it has been 44 minutes. I am almost finished with this show. I have been summoned to go and eat. Roz cooked out on the grill today. Lord, if it ain't 10 different things on that grill, we had hamburger, turkey burger, chicken patties, some kind of Gouda turkey, something other, hot dogs, sausage, T-bones. We got salad. It's a whole big thing in there. So I was told that I got less than an hour to get this podcast done so that I can come in there and eat dinner. So that's what I'm doing. So we're going to wrap up the show, guys, with... This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. All right, guys. This is what I got. Y'all, I was on Facebook the other day, and this dude said on Facebook Live, he said, I Phather the thought. And I said, did he just say Phather? F-A-T-H-E-R. So I played it back, and yeah, he said Phather. And I think he meant fathom. F-A-T-H-O-M. So y'all remember way back when, long episodes ago, and I said Salmon with that L? Y'all, which is worse? Is it worse to say Phather the thought, or is it worse to say salmon with an L instead of salmon? Y'all let me know. That ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Now, here's my other question, guys. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. If I can do the podcast in 45 minutes by myself, why me and Lynn get on here and we can't get off for 2 hours? And I swear, y'all, we have time limits by each segment or whatever we're going to talk about. And we just cannot get off the podcast. But if my sister come back, which I hope she will, we're going to wrap this thing up. 1 hour, 30 minutes. That's going to be our max. We're going to give y'all everything that y'all need, and we're going to get on up out of here. And let's see. And guys, I'm getting ready to go get my eat on with this lovely, lovely, lovely dinner that Roz has put on the grill. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Guys, as you know, we are brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network. I want to give a shout out to all my partners and all of our podcasters over at Defy Life Podcast Network. Guys, I hope you had a wonderful day. To all our moms, hope you had a wonderful day. If you want to check out our podcast from our network, you can go to our website at www.defylifepods.com. Check out our companion pieces, guys. They are off the chain. Shout out to Nova Johnson, who through this COVID period, know good and well times are hard, but Nova ordered some Defy Life gear. I don't know if she ordered anything AEN or Defy Life, but she's going to take a selfie when she gets it. So Nova Johnson, shout out to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Shout out to all of our patrons, guys. This week, I didn't pick out any specifically, but just shout out to all our patrons. Thank you so much, guys. If you got a refund for this month, that was the network's way of our COVID stimulus relief to you guys. Thank you so much. Now, do not expect that for June now. We were just doing a 1 month stimulus relief. But thank y'all. You know we love y'all so much. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Again, guys, email us at aen@gotofindlife.com. We drop an episode every Tuesday. And guys, we are trying to get to 500 followers on Facebook. We're going to have to say this and say this and say this until we get 500 followers. I do know we got 9 more last week, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Guys, that's all I got for you. 48 minutes of your time. Thank you so much. Again, happy Mother's Day to everybody. And guys, remember, if you're not defying life, then what are you doing? Later.
Are you into comics? I mean, seriously into all things comics? Well, lucky you needs to check out Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC, where Regular Scott, Ozzy Killmonger, and V's discuss characters, movies, series, books, fan polls, and more. And you never know who may show up for an open mic. Just some blurs going deep and having fun. Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. New episode every Sunday. Brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.